What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Tarian, and welcome back to another episode of Skin It or Skip It, the show where I tell you whether a skin is worth your hard-earned money and you should buy it, or whether you should keep your money and use it to pay for the next luck skin, which is relevant because there is a luck skin in this video. Skin It or Skip It is based upon the skin's visual effects, sound effects, how good it feels to use, and is it worth buying over the other skins that the champion has. On today's episode, we have the first batch of Soul Fighter skins for the summer event, including Sett, Lux, Pyke, Samira, and the new champion Naafiri, as well as a special edition in Star Guardian Senna being ported over from Wild Rift. Before we begin, if you like this type of content, go hit that subscribe button down below so you can be updated when any of my new content comes out. Alright, cool. There's two things that Sett skins need to do well in my opinion, and that's the big W where he turns into a Super Saiyan and his ultimate, and I'm happy to report that Soul Fighter Sett does everything amazingly. The fiery effects on his Q are amazing for the enhanced auto attacks, even just having the claws instead of just fists gives the skin some nice flair to it. The E feels nice, and that's really all it needs to be, and the ultimate leaving mark on the ground is great for the effects, especially the mark that it brings for Soul Fighter. All of the sound effects paired with the visuals are just great, and I really love how for the entire skin line they gave this large black outline around them that just adds this kind of comic book or fighting game style that just works really nicely. While the color palette does somewhat clash with normal Sett's colors in my opinion, I still like this skin a lot and will give it a solid 8 out of 10 and say that you should skin it. When I first saw Soul Fighter Pyke's color palette, it reminded me a lot about Psyop Pyke's color palette, and I was a bit skeptical about how it would go, but honestly after playing with the skin for a bit, I love it. His Q is beautiful, the zipper effect on his E is such a nice touch, the jacket draped over him in place of his normal clothes is such an awesome piece of character design, and the sound effects are just amazing as usual for any Pyke skin. Would I say that's better than Ashen Knight Pyke? No, because no skin in the game is better than Ashen Knight Pyke, but it's definitely a skin that's worth the money it costs. Amazing visual effects, amazing sound effects, good usage of the thick black outlines that Soul Fighter uses. I give it a solid 8.5 out of 10 and say that you should definitely skin it. Now, Prestige Soul Fighter Pyke, due to how you acquire it, is much more of a do you buy the battle pass that comes with this event, and as someone who has bought battle passes before, I can say that they're generally worth it for the price considering everything else that you get out of it, including the skin, as long as you are playing the game. I don't have as much to say about Prestige Soul Fighter Pyke because honestly, it's exactly what you want from a Prestige skin, and that's to be a better version of the normal version of this skin, and I think that this one does it pretty well compared to some of the other Prestige skins that we've seen in the past. I do love the Prestige sound design and how it's incorporated into the skin, as well as the more rugged Pyke that we get here without the put-together jacket and just a less put-together, more rugged demeanor. 9.5 out of 10, doesn't disappoint at all, and definitely skin it if you want the battle pass. We're going to take a second here to go to Star Guardian Senna before we continue on with the rest of the Soul Fighter skins because we need a break, honestly. Star Guardian Senna is another one of the Star Guardians being ported over from Wild Rift, and just like with the other two that we got in the last patch, I'm just not that impressed. The visuals and sound effects are nice, and they certainly are Star Guardian-y, but that's really it. It could legitimately just be fatigue from how many skins there are in Star Guardian skin line, but honestly, I don't think that's it, as it just feels weaker than the other two Star Guardian skins we just got from Wild Rift. The visual and sound effects are fine, but they don't really feel like they fit Senna all that well, and honestly, just being fine isn't good enough when skins that are great in quality can still be bad skins, so just being fine in quality isn't actually that good. It just never had a point where I would say that I'd use this over even her base skin, let alone any of the other skins that she has, so I'll just have to give it a generous 4 out of 10, but definitely skip it. Alright, the first Lux skin of the series. Wonderful. Soul Fighter Lux is honestly pretty good, even when it comes to Lux skins, and while I don't particularly like the model that they designed for the skin because it just doesn't feel right compared to the other skins that we see in Soul Fighter, I still love the visual and sound effects for her abilities. Her Q and E look so nice to you with the blue shades combining with the black outlines, and her ultimate gives her fucking cool ass wings while she uses it. It's just such a nice touch for the skin that it complements all of the other nice touches that are used for other Soul Fighter skins. Her W is just kinda there, as it is for most Lux skins, but everything else is honestly super nice, and I can't really find any big faults outside of that weird base model that they use for her that just, it just really doesn't belong with the others. I'll give her a solid 6.5 out of 10. There's definitely better Lux skins like Battle Academia that fit more overall into the tone of the skin line, but I love the visual effects on her Q, E, and ult too much to say that it's a bad skin, so unfortunately, for your wallets, definitely skin it. Soulfighter Naafiri, in my opinion, is one of those skins that's actually super nice due to just the color palette alone before we even consider the visual effects. I honestly think that this skin is one of the better release skins that we've gotten, as by taking the lighter green along with the heavy black outline design of the Soulfighter skins, it adds some amazing highlights to her abilities and gives the champion a lot of visual clarity. Especially when it comes to her E and her W, I feel like everything about this skin really helps clear up the visuals of Naafiri that her base skin just kind of doesn't hit the mark with due to the dark red that the Darken are known for. Overall, it's a very nice skin in how it's presented. Naafiri herself and her goons look amazing. The light green with highlights really helps everything about the skin stand out, and I really can't find any big faults with the skin at all, as it's overall a very solid release skin. The only thing that I could fault it for is the very same thing that I praise with the visual clarity, because if it's visually clear to you, that means it's visually clear to the enemy playing against you, and therefore it's easier for them to react to you and your abilities. Overall though, I'll give the skin a solid 9 out of 10 as it's good, but still not perfect in my opinion. Definitely skin it. And finally, we saved the quote-unquote best skin for last. Oh boy. I'm going to be kind of brief on the skin because everything that I could say about the skin has pretty much already been said a billion times in the time that it's taken for it to be on the PvE to the time that it's taken for it to get released. Do I think the skin is of ultimate quality? Fuck no. The fact that it doesn't have any form change at all, which is a staple for ultimate skins, already disqualifies that. It also reuses a hell of a lot of Samira's base animations, which in my opinion is a massive no-no for any skin that wants to be worth $30. Do I think it's of legendary quality? Yes, and I don't think that's deniable, as it basically has stuff we've already seen from other legendary skins, like the changing of the map during a pentakill from Pyke and Diana legendaries as an counter for kills from Jax's legendary. And even though I can't tell you what skins you can or can't buy, I say on a video about telling you what skins you should and shouldn't buy, I would definitely say that you should skip this skin, not because it looks bad, but because it's not of ultimate quality. The only way that Riot will potentially lower the price of this skin and not make this mistake again in the future is if the sales are terrible. So I urge you to not buy this skin and tell Riot that you don't think this level of quality is acceptable for an ultimate skin. 8 out of 10, skip it. And with that, we're done with the first batch of Soulfighter skins for the Summer event and Star Guardian Senna. Thank you all so much for watching, and tell me if you agree or disagree with me in the comments down below, and tell me which skins you plan on buying, if any. And while you're down there, go hit that subscribe button to be notified anytime any of my new videos comes out, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye!